Today we're talking about attitudes of flight, how your plane is oriented relative to the horizon. If you look outside, you can see the cockpit is just about 4 inches below the horizon line. We're flying straight with a decent rate of speed. This is the cruise attitude. Let's see how it reads on your instruments. Take a look at the attitude indicator. As the name implies, it shows your current attitude. The white line is the horizon, with the sky above and the ground below. That orange element in the middle, aligned with the horizon, that's your plane. Just like we saw outside, our current attitude reads pretty much straight and level. Okay, now let's see how much power the engine's generating. Check your tachometer. Looks like we're pushing around 2,300 revolutions per minute.
Yes. Okay. Check, check, check. It's laying on the desk, so if I just touch the desk, it's gonna be really loud. If I put it like this. Test. Wow. Okay. What? But it's behind me, but you still hear it. Okay. Does that sound good? Yeah. I was gonna make a video about it. This is my new computer desk I built. It's a big U-shaped desk that goes all the way around. There's my keyboard. The mic is sitting behind me over here, but it picks up the whole room, so it's fine. So I'll make a video showing what I did later, but the speakers on the game still work? I think I might have messed with it. Realtek. That should work.
Combined, attitude and engine RPMs
Yeah.
translate to aircraft performance. Which leads us to your airspeed indicator.
90.
Now, last but not least, check your altimeter.
90
To
speed.
figure out your altitude, you always want to read the small needle first. That's how many
Oh shit, I'm at
thousands feet up
0
you are.
altitude.
Then on to the big
I'm on
needle
the
for the
ground. Oh wait,
hundreds.
that's 6,000.
With our current attitude and power output, we're holding a speed of 90 knots and a stable altitude of 6,000 feet.
Shit, I'm rotating it though.
But that's about to change. Take the stick when you're ready.
Control space, normal view.
Pull back slightly on the yoke to raise the nose just above the horizon line. About 2 inches. Make sure
Okay.
you don't pitch up too much, or the angle will be too steep to create lift. And without enough lift, we'll stall. Alright, go full throttle and start climbing.
Throttle was what now? Increase throttle. I have no idea.
Pull back slightly on the yoke to raise the nose just above the horizon line. About 2 inches.
Shit, I did a skew maneuver accidentally. Oh fuck! It's real janky, boys. It's like every time you push up, you have to hit
Pull
down
back
to like
slightly
level
on
it
the
back
yoke
off
to raise the
where
nose
you went.
just above the horizon line. About 2 inches.
So that should be about good there. Okay, now how do I increase throttle? I did the first tutorial like a week or 2 ago. Miscellaneous? This is way too complicated. You gotta like decrease cowl flap? I don't even know what that is. Toggle the alternator and the battery? Holy shit. Why would you ever need to do that? This is like a real plane. But this game's supposed to have like every airport in the world. Like I could go to my house and fly over it, I think. Where's just the regular controls? Brakes. Okay. You know how to stop it. How do I give it gas? Arm auto throttle? Primary control. Yeah, here we go. Water rudder. What? Is that for like those aquatic planes? Main meter is control G. I'll remember that for later. Throttle. Tower management. Increase throttles F3. I never would have guessed that. So F2, F3, and F1 is just cut the throttle. Alright. Get her above the surface here. Oh, it's above the horizon, alright. Oh, yeah, we're going into a dive.
Pull back slightly on the yoke to raise the nose just above the horizon line. About 2 inches.
It's going to gradually swoop it. Swooping it. And level it. Level it. Gun it!
Welcome to the climb attitude. See how it shows up on your attitude indicator and tachometer? According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude.
Yep, we sure are.
But we're losing airspeed even at full throttle, proving
More
you
throttle?
can't avoid basic physics.
Fuck it, barrel!
Okay, before we go on, let's get back to a cruise attitude. Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon.
There's cars down there on the
back
road.
down to 2,300 RPMs.
2,300 RPMs, RPMs, RPMs. RPMs, where's that at? Airspeed indicator? Adjust throttle to 2,300.
Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just
This
below
yoke
the
is
horizon.
real janky. It's
Then
like
throttle back down to
you have to really
2,300
pound on it to get it to
RPMs.
respond. And then when you do, it overcompensates. Gotta
Nice
level a
job.
bit.
We're now set up with the same attitude and power we had at the top of our lesson.
What? Did I do it right? I get it up to
Next
2,300?
up is the descent attitude.
All
Start by
right.
reducing your RPMs to 1,800.
Where's my
Then drop the
RPMs?
plane's nose a bit further below the horizon.
RPMs? I don't see RPMs anywhere. Airspeed is at 90.
As expected, with a nose-down attitude, our altitude is decreasing, while our speed is picking up.
Yep, sure is. Wait, what?
Why don't you get us back to a cruise attitude, and we'll hit the last part of our lesson. There we go. Now that we know how to cruise, climb, and descend, let's talk about the turn attitude.
Let's talk about it.
Gently pull the yoke left or right to start rolling the plane. If you take a look
Fuck yeah.
outside, you can see how our attitude's changed. But you can also check your instruments.
Dude, I'm scared.
As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees.
Oh, okay.
At the top of your attitude indicator, there's a series of notches representing 10 degrees each. Use them to control your roll.
Notches?
Notice the more you turn, the more you need to pull back on the yoke to maintain altitude.
Wait, what was
When
that
you're
about?
rolling out, you'll need to do the opposite. Roll and push at the same time. The more you know about the main attitudes of flight, the closer you get to that pilot state of mind. So keep practicing, and whenever you're done, pass me the controls.
Meow. Fuck it, boys, we're going into a canyon. Hell yeah, boy! Pull up! What? Shit. Getting my pilot's license this summer. It's only like 17 grand. I researched it. Oh man, the loading screens. Oh my god. I would not have crashed if I thought about how long the loading screens are. I mean, it's already at the end though. It's just reloading the map, so. They'll have to reload the entire Earth. What's that 890 over there? What's she saying about there was like something above this or this that shows your degrees? That's this suction. Would be this? No. Let's do it.
Today we're talking about attitudes of flight, how your plane is oriented relative to the horizon. If you look outside, you can see the cockpit is just about 4 inches below the horizon line. We're flying straight with a decent rate of speed. This is the cruise attitude. Let's see how it reads on your instruments.
Control 1.
Take a look at the attitude indicator.
Oh, I had control 2.
As the name implies,
Whoa,
it shows your
whoa,
current
look
attitude.
over here, all these
The
things.
white line is the
Ooh,
horizon,
look at that,
with the
look
sky
at that.
above and the
Look
ground
at this.
below.
Look at that. Look at this. Look at that.
The orange
Look at
element
this.
in the middle, aligned
Look
with
at
the
that.
horizon,
Look at this.
that's your plane.
Look at him. Look at that.
Just like we saw outside,
Look at this.
our current attitude
Look at that.
reads pretty much straight and level. Okay, now let's see how much power the
What's
engine is
this?
generating.
Look behind
Check
me.
your tachometer.
What's over there? My
Looks like we're
tachometer?
pushing around 2,300 revolutions per minute.
2300. Yep, that's what that
Combined,
says.
attitude and engine RPMs translate to aircraft performance.
Uh-huh. Wait, was that the
Which leads us to your airspeed indicator.
is that the degree shoot? Yeah, well, it's like a compass.
Now, last but not least, check your altimeter.
Altimeter.
To figure out your altitude,
6,000.
you always want to read the small needle first. That's how many thousands of feet up you are.
It's my call
Then
sign.
on to the big needle for the hundreds.
It's 657.
With our current attitude and power output,
So
we're
don't
holding a
understand.
speed of 90 knots and a stable
We're heading
altitude of
24 degrees
6,000 feet.
southwest, speed of 90.
But that's about to change. Take the stick when you're ready.
Taking the stick.
Pull back slightly on the yoke to raise the nose just above the horizon line. About 2 inches.
Let's fly like
Make sure
this.
you don't pitch up too much, or the angle will be too steep to create lift. And without enough lift, we'll stall.
What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Alright, go full throttle and start climbing.
We got a hazard. We got a system malfunction. Something going wrong. Instructor, take the stick. Instructor! Instructor! I'm rolling. I don't know what to do.
Slightly on the yoke.
I'm trying. God damn it. This thing's out of
About
control.
2 inches.
I'm gonna just reduce throttle. And there we go. Yeah, let's just cut the engine. Cut it. Cut the throttle. Alright. Got it.
Welcome to the climb attitude.
Thank you.
See how it
instructor.
shows up on your attitude indicator and tachometer? According to your altimeter, we're gaining altitude.
Gaining
But we're
altitude.
losing airspeed even at full throttle, proving you can't avoid basic physics while making a climb.
No such thing as a free lunch. Got it.
Okay, before we go on, let's get back to a cruise attitude. Ease up on the yoke and aim your nose just below the horizon. Then throttle back down to 2,300 RPMs.
2300. 23. That'll be right about there.
Nice job. We're now set up with the same attitude
Roger,
and
roger.
power we had at the top of our lesson.
Huh.
Next up is the descent attitude.
Descent attitude. Roger, roger.
Start by reducing your RPMs to 1,800.
1800.
Then drop the plane's nose a bit further below the horizon. As expected, with a
Got it.
nose down attitude, our altitude is decreasing while our speed is picking up.
10-4.
Why don't you get us back to a cruise attitude and we'll hit the last part of our
I think I'm just going to land over here on the runway. I'm just gonna take her in for a landing. This looks like a pretty straight place to land right here. I'm gonna head in. Like that guy took over that C-130 and killed himself. Yeah, I'm gonna do a couple barrel rolls and just put it in the fucking ocean. Meow. Meow. Oh! Wait, I didn't hit the ground. Alright.
There we go. Now that we know how to cruise, climb, and descend, let's talk about the turn attitude.
Turn attitude. Do it right
Gently
now.
pull the yoke left or right to start rolling the plane.
Rolling, rolling, rolling.
If you take a look outside, you can see how our attitude's changed. But you can also check your instruments for the details.
Yep, attitude's changed.
As a general rule, you always want to keep your turns under 30 degrees. At the top of your attitude indicator, there's a series of notches representing 10 degrees each. Use them to control your roll. Notice the more you turn, the more you need to pull back on the yoke to maintain altitude. When you're rolling out, you'll need to do the opposite. Roll and push at the same time.
Push.
The more you know about the main attitudes of flight, the closer you get to that pilot state of mind. So keep practicing, and whenever you're done, pass me the controls.
Alrighty. Control Alt X.
Thanks, I've got control now. Well done.
You're taking us into a fucking mountain. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Checked. I want to learn how to do takeoffs. 55 knots to 75 knots. I need to get my glide slope flat cheat sheet picked up. And I gotta figure out the button for the flaps is. You know what I could do is get that ADSB Exchange website going on my other computer over here. And then the air traffic control, I could listen to them say stuff and then I could do it in the simulator. Maybe just one of those things. $170 for a Logitech. And that looks real shitty though. Oh, what was that one called? Hang on. Pulled up. I watched the video the other day. A guy was giving them away. He had like the name of one, or he was reviewing one. What do you guys think about that shooting the other day? 4th of July.
Fox 2 departure Philly transition will maintain 4.
Velocity 1 flight controls. Turtle Beach makes. Let's see how much these things are. $380. I mean, it even has like little on-screen indicators and shit. Fuel Turtle Beach Velocity 1. Alright.
There's an old saying I like.
Let's go.
A mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear.
That's clear. I'm almost sure. I don't see anything. Fuel. Yep, all systems go. Let's do it. How do I turn my head? What did I... Oh yeah, you hold right click and look around.
Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position.
Oh, I gotta look like this.
The rudder pedals should make steering the plane pretty easy.
Numpad 0 would enter. Oh, what? Turn off your parking brakes. Control. Glide an aircraft on the center of the runway. Let's fucking do this! I'm assuming this was right?
We're a bit too far down the runway. Let me move the plane back into position. All right, let's do this. Apply full power and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
Well, we got a red light on our stuff now. Is it a different plane?
Use your rudders to stay on the center line and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots.
55
Now
knots.
gently pull back on the yoke. Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple inches above the ground. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude. And we're airborne.
Bring her back.
Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to keep the runway heading of 210 degrees. Maintain 70...
Oh, that's fun. How do you want to do your takeoff? And I was like, a nice swoop. So I was like, kadoosh. It's not like most controls in games. It's like you hit up and it goes slightly up. You hit down, it goes slightly down. It's like you hit up, nothing happens. So you hold up, and then it like stacks a bunch of ups until they all hit at once. It's like up, and it's like, oh no, down. Now you gotta wait for the downs to like take effect, and it's like all those start stacking up. It's like, oh, going back straight down then, okay. You can't do anything like smoothly in real time.
There's an old saying I like.
This is how like
a
real
mile of
aircraft
road
works.
will
Like
take you a mile.
a real world
A mile
lag
of
to like.
runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position.
I'm good. I'm already on
The
this.
rudder pedals should make steering the plane pretty easy.
Yep.
We're a bit too far down the runway. Let me move the plane back into position. All right, let's do this. Apply full power and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
Toggle yoke is a bit not good on that.
Use your rudders to stay on the center line and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots. Good. Now gently pull back on the yoke. Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb attitude. And we're airborne.
Airborne.
Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to keep the runway heading of 210 degrees. Maintain 75 knots, and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time.
210 degrees. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm at. $5,500. Okay. 5,100. 5,200, 5,250, 53, 54, 54, 55. Shit.
5,500 feet. A nice, safe altitude for part 2 of our lesson. Straight and level flight.
Yeah.
First step here is adjusting our attitude.
Trying
We're
to
gonna
adjust.
cruise attitude, pushing max power. To stay level at our target altitude, let's start by easing the
I'm gonna
throttle
perform a
back to
skew
1,800
maneuver.
RPMs.
It's a little advanced, but I think I got it. Lower RPMs to 1,800.
You probably noticed, to maintain altitude, you need to pitch the nose up.
I
You
accidentally
could
cut
just
power.
keep
My
pulling on the
bad.
yoke to hold steady, but that's
These
not
controls are
really a
real
precise
quiet.
means of control. Probably better to adjust your trim wheel until you don't need to push or pull on the yoke. Drag the trim down when you need to set the nose up. Drag it up to set
Yes,
the nose
boys.
down.
Rudder
Try adding
control.
trim to keep
Woo!
us at 5,500 feet without increasing throttle. If you feel our pitch slipping and need to get back to the proper attitude, don't worry. Just pull on the yoke, then dial in the right trim.
Trimming it. It's leveling out with the rudder. This is like a real legit tactic, I feel like. Rudder leveling. Can I land it in this? Add trim, 7 or 1. Trim? 5,500. Oh! So this is what I should have been using, not like just up, down. It's like a little bit of trim, just like a barely up or barely down. This is like how it should be. Trim control, okay. Okay, one more map. 5,300, trim it up to 5,500. Maintain RPMs, 1,800. I'm going way too fast. Bring her down. Airspeed to 1,800. And we're at 2,000.
The way I was taught, when you adjust the trim, you make rough changes at first to remove pressure on the yoke. Then small adjustments to find the perfect setting to keep your desired attitude. That's the key to straight and level flight. It
What's the
saves you
actual
from constantly pushing or
trim,
pulling
like
on the yoke.
control and plane?
And that gives you more time to enjoy the ride.
You crazy, man. I
If you
can
want
handle
more
this
practice
shit.
using the trim, go
You're
for
in
it.
safe hands with
Whenever you're
T2
ready to
Airlines.
pass the controls, I'll be here.
No, I just got designated.
Okay, I have control. Hope you enjoyed the lesson.
A lot of this is just me fucking around. I'm actually like super skilled at this. You would do well to just trust me with your life. Now, this is the hard part, the landing. 65 knots. Like each one of these altitudes along this glide slope when you're coming in, there's supposed to be a certain level of flaps. You're supposed to lower your flaps. Which is like, you know, you got your ailerons, which are the wing tips that make you go left and right. And inside that is the flaps that are next to the fuselage, which you just set those in degrees. So like normally it's set at 0 degrees flat when you're flying, and you gotta flap them down until it's like, I don't know what the max flaps is, probably like 60 degrees straight down. So like you got more pressure pushing against your plane that slows it. I've never rode a jet ski. Does it count similar? I'm wondering if you can actually like land on a street in this game. Or simulators aren't really a game. I saw that one guy though, he was playing, you can fly like jet fighters and shoot missiles at people, right? Is it this game? Or is that...
My first instructor used to say the best part of flying is landing in one piece. The man was a terminal pessimist, but he wasn't wrong.
Oh, I got
Today,
control.
you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. We've got clearance for a straight-in approach, so we don't have to complete the standard traffic pattern. And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power. We're on the glide slope now. Maintain speed around 65 knots. Change your pitch if you need to, and keep your aim point on the runway number. When you're targeting the runway number, you want to keep it steady in your sights.
We're
If
at
it looks like
1100
the number's
knots.
moving up in your windscreen, you're coming in low.
Wait, what?
You'll need to add a bit more throttle to get back on the slope.
65 knots. Where's
If
that
it looks
at?
like the number's moving down in your windscreen, well, then you're too high.
What number?
You'll need
What
to add
windscreen?
flaps
What
to
do you-
increase your rate of descent.
What are you
But
talking
you'll
about?
also need to push forward and trim to change your attitude and maintain the same speed.
Kill power. F8. Extend flaps. Ooh, you can feel the sturdiness. Am I not at 1100 knots right now? What the fuck is going on? Where? Oh, knots is the airspeed. Okay, that's what that is. RPMs is what the other thing is. So I need to kick it up a little bit. Okay. Kill it, kill it. Get more. More.
Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. Once we pass the threshold, shift your aim point to the end of the runway.
I'm not
Then
even like.
pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
I can't get her lined up. She's rolling on me, boys.
Okay, we're past the threshold. Start the flare.
Flare! Oh my god, it's so weird. Like it doesn't react to your rolls. I should have just been ruddering left and right, I guess. How do I? Yeah, rudder makes it yaw. Okay.
My first instructor used to say the best part of flying is landing in one piece. The
50
man was a
knots.
terminal pessimist, but he wasn't wrong. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. We've got clearance for a straight-in approach, so we don't have to complete the standard traffic
Why
pattern.
am I climbing?
And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power. We're on the glide slope now.
70 knots.
Maintain speed around 65 knots. Change your pitch if you need to, and keep your aim point on the runway number.
61.
When you're targeting the runway number, you want to keep
There we
it
go.
steady in your sights.
Stop. 70.
If it looks like the number's moving up in your windscreen, you're coming in low.
How do I just set it at
You'll need
a
to add
certain
a
amount of
bit more
knots?
throttle to get back on the slope.
Can I just roll a knot?
If it looks like the number's moving down in your windscreen, well, then you're too high. You'll need to add flaps to increase your rate of descent, but you'll also need to push forward and trim to change your attitude and maintain the same speed.
Okay, that slowed me a lot. Flaps has killed the engine. Okay. Where's the fucking runway? Oh my god, I'm lost. That's over there. Oh my god. Alright, boys, we're gonna have to do some hard maneuvers. Meow. Got the flaps down, but shit, I drifted off when I was looking at my instrument panel. This is called a 90-degree glide slope. We're coming in hot. I'm gonna raise her up a bit, give her a little bit of throttle. Now we're gonna bank hard into the fucking runway. Just land this bitch. Why's you gotta compensate back? Ah!
Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway...
Fucking goddamn!
Once we pass the threshold, shift your aim point to the end of the runway.
No, flaps back up, flaps back up, flaps back up.
Back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
We're getting out of here. Fucking hell, plane, stop jerking around. We got crazy turbulence right in front of the airport. I don't know what's going on. Why does it react so late? Oh my god. It's like everything you do happens 10 minutes after you hit the button for it. Like, what the fuck? Let me just control the plane in real time.
My first instructor used to say the best part of flying is landing in one piece. The man was a terminal pessimist, but he wasn't wrong. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. We've got clearance for a straight-in approach, so we don't have to complete this traffic pattern.
Like rolling,
and I've already set us up in landing configuration
like way
at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps.
You got full
and idle
throttle,
power.
and you want to roll, you can actually have power to
We're
do
on
the
the
roll.
glide slope now.
If you're like at half throttle,
Maintain
you try to
speed
roll,
around
it's like
65 knots.
you ain't got the
Change your
energy
pitch
to
if
do
you
it.
need to, and keep your aim point
See,
on the
it's
runway
drifting to
number.
the left.
When you're targeting the runway number,
I think
you
there's
want
something
to keep
about that. I
it
think I
steady in
read
your
about that.
sights.
Like planes just automatically drift to the left all the
If
time.
it looks
because of
like the
where they're
number's
made.
moving up in your windscreen, you're coming in low.
Trim it.
You'll need to add a bit more throttle to get back on the slope. If it looks like the number's moving down in your windscreen, well, then you're too high. You'll need to add flaps to increase your rate of descent, but you'll also need to push forward and trim to change your attitude and maintain the same speed.
Why's the rudder so janky? You hit the rudder, it's like whack. It's like I got smacked by something. Why am I pitching up now? I thought I was in a glide slope. I'm just trying to barely trim it. Work her to the right, keep her to the right, keep her to the right. Okay, trim her up a little bit. Only a little bit. Like that. Oh, fuck, I'm rolling hard. I'm coming off of it. Steady. Steady. Steady.
Keep your aim point on the runway threshold.
I hit one fucking left and I hit right immediately to like balance it out, and it's
Once we
rolled
pass the threshold,
this far off
shift
the
your aim
fucking
point to the
runway.
end of the runway. Then pull
Motherfucker.
back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
Give me some more throttle. I ain't got enough throttle. Fuck! We're overshooting by a mile now. I just wanted to give it a little throttle. Just a little so I can actually maneuver the fucking plane. It's gone crazy again. Plane's gone crazy. If you go off the runway, it's like, fuck you. I'm just going to go 50 miles left every time you hit left. It's like I just want to fly it back up and around in a circle and try it again. Obviously, this one didn't work, so I want to retry it. I don't want to just fly into the ground.
My first instructor used to say the best part of flying is landing in one piece.
The
The man was a terminal pessimist, but he wasn't wrong.
Give me a goddamn jet.
Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. We've got clearance for a straight-in approach, so we don't have to complete the standard traffic pattern. And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power.
Yeah, it's 'cause my flaps are down. I can't make any maneuvers.
We're on the glide slope now. Maintain speed around 65 knots. Change your pitch if you need to, and keep your aim point on the runway number. When you're targeting the runway number, you want to keep it steady in your sights. If it looks like the number's moving up in your windscreen, you're coming in low. You'll need to add a bit more throttle to get back on the slope. If it looks like the number's moving down in your windscreen, well, then you're too high. You'll need to add flaps to increase your rate of descent, but you'll also need to push forward and trim to change your attitude and maintain the same speed. Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare.
What the fuck?
Once we
I
pass
just
the
ruddered
threshold,
right once and just
shift
popped
your
me
aim
up into
point
the
to
air.
the
Like,
end
what
of the
the hell?
runway. Then, pull back slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just above it.
What?
We're too high to land.
I'm
SOP
not
dictates we
fucking
go around and try our approach again.
Nah.
Don't worry, you'll get it with
I
practice.
got this. I got this. Oh, you fucking bitch. I had it. I finally had it. I had enough landing strip left. I couldn't do that. I can't believe I had my rudder right
My
one
first
time. It's like,
instructor used
boom,
to
now
say
you're
the
pulling
best
straight up
part
into the
of
sky.
flying is
What?
landing in one piece. The man was
How
a
does that
terminal
work?
pessimist, but he wasn't wrong. Today, you're in charge of bringing us in for a safe landing. We've got clearance for a straight-in approach, so we don't have to complete the standard traffic pattern.
Moving down. Why is it going up?
And I've already set us up in landing configuration at 65 knots with 10 degrees of flaps and idle power.
10 degrees.
We're on the glide slope now. Maintain speed around 65 knots. Change
Yeah,
your
my
pitch if you
rudder right
need
is
to,
like
and keep your aim point on the runway
popping
number.
me up in the air. I don't know why.
When you're targeting the runway number, you want to keep it steady in your sights.
Keep her
If it looks like
steady.
the number's moving up in your windscreen, you're coming in low. You'll need to add a bit more throttle to get back on the slope.
God damn.
If it looks like the number's moving down in your windscreen, well, then you're too high. You'll need to add flaps to increase your rate of descent, but you'll also need to push forward and trim to change your attitude and maintain the same speed.
Oh shit, I hit F7. Okay. Maintain 65 knots. Okay. Coming down a little bit sideways, but that's okay.
Keep your aim point on the runway threshold. When you're 10 feet above the runway, it's time to flare. Once we pass the threshold,
10
shift
feet.
your aim point to the end of the runway.
Right.
Then,
Coming in
pull
like
back
this.
slightly on the yoke to aim the nose just
Like I
above
point
it.
right at the numbers, right? Alright. Feeling it. Then we flare. Flare it out.
Okay, we're past the threshold. Start the flare. Keep pulling back slowly. Let the plane settle onto the runway. Don't push it down, but don't let it start climbing. Nice. Now apply the brakes to slow us down and bring the plane
The what?
to a stop.
What are the brakes? What are the brakes? What are the brakes? You didn't tell me what the brakes were. Brakes. Holy fuck, boys. I did it. I'm gonna park it. I'm gonna go ahead and shift left into Romeo 8, coming in for full throttle. Kill. I'm fucking with him. Just gonna drive over here and see what these other planes look like. Stop aircraft. Apply the brakes. I want to do that, but I want to see what these other planes look like. Just stop it right here.
Great job. As they say, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. But if you can use the plane the next day, it's outstanding. Landings can be hard, even for seasoned pilots.
What was that, 4
Trust me,
tries?
Don't
I landed this
hesitate to
bitch.
practice. After all, that's what we're here for, right?
Textron Aviation System 152. Completed landing. Traffic pattern. Oh, we're gonna learn how to taxi with traffic going on. This is basically just driving a plane. Why fly a plane when you can drive a plane? I wonder if I can fly SR-71 Blackbird in this game. I think I'm ready to graduate off this Cessna to a SR-71. Oh, traffic patterns means like circling around the airport. Crosswind, downwind, base, final. Oh, base is like perpendicular to the airport runway. I keep hearing people say that. One more time, man. Crosswind is like. So the wind is going same direction as the. Do they make air runways like that? They're faced the way the wind usually goes.
Let's be honest, no one likes going around in circles, unless you're a pilot training on traffic patterns. Sedona's standard traffic pattern follows a 1,000-foot altitude around the main runway. By the time we're through here, you'll know how to complete the full run from takeoff to landing. So let's get started.
What speed should you start taking off? 65, something like that?
When we're up, keep us aligned with the runway and climb to 5,400 feet. We're going for a left-hand traffic pattern.
100 feet. Roger that. Just aiming for the dot. Two, 53.
Once we reach altitude, you're gonna start turning left 90 degrees toward a 122-degree heading.
Heading 122. Roger that.
Okay, we're in the pattern. Get ready to enter the crosswind section.
Sorry, what?
Good. Keep going till you reach the traffic pattern altitude of 5,700 feet. Ready to make your left turn downwind? When the runway appears at the halfway point of your wing strut, you'll know you're at a good glide distance.
Pardon? Okay, this doesn't feel like a circle to me. It feels like I'm going all over the place.
We've got the wind at our back now. We're on the right track.
Oh shit, so the wind is changing too. I gotta figure that
Lower
out.
your nose to a cruise attitude and reduce power to 2100 RPM.
God damn it! Why is this plane so fucked up?
Arc at 10 degrees.
Ah!
Now's not a bad time to check if the runway is looking good.
Yeah, it looks
And
good!
it probably goes without saying, watch out for other planes entering or exiting the pattern.
I'm all fucked up.
We're gonna fly past the end of the runway here. Keep
Why
going
is the
until you
keyboard
see it at a
control so
45
bad?
degree angle behind you. That's your cue to turn left again onto the base leg.
Roger that. Turning left in 5 seconds. And how did I get it straightened out? I thought there was like a home button where you hit where it just automatically makes it go level again. I thought that's what 5 did. It is like finally running up. I can't believe I'm doing so shitty and it's like, you passed. Good job. What? Why is this taking so long? So I hit it down and it starts going up and it just keeps going up, keeps going up. So I gotta hit up to make it go down. And then it just goes down and it keeps going down, keeps going down, keeps going down. So you gotta like constantly be hitting buttons, but you gotta hit it again to cancel out what you just did.
Alright, reduce power to idle to start losing altitude and maintain cruise attitude. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. That'll also keep our speed around 65 knots.
There she is. One making right for her. Coming in hot.
There we go. The runway's in full view. Make sure to keep the plane centered on approach. If you're
Flaps.
too high, add flaps. Too low, add power to maintain the glide path.
Just gonna do a quick touch and go. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Flaring, flaring, flaring. Fuck. Got him! Landed it! Yeah! Man, checkpoints would be good. Yeah. I mean, that landing one was so hard, and this one you got to do a landing with like no setup. It's like you just come right into the airport. I just killed the engine because I couldn't get it to fucking slow down.
Let's be honest, no one likes going around in circles. Unless you're a pilot training on traffic patterns. Sedona's standard traffic pattern follows a 1,000-foot altitude around the main runway. By the time we're through here, you'll know how to complete the full run from takeoff to landing. So let's get started.
I think I'm just going to give her full throttle. Just get off the runway. I'm going to give her half throttle. Brum, brum, brum. This doesn't have landing gear either. It's just like constantly
When we're up,
down.
keep us aligned with the runway and climb to 5,400 feet. We're going for a left-hand traffic pattern.
Climbing 5,400 feet. God damn it, I barely hit the button. It just... Now I'm mad. I hit the button one time, look at this. It's gone into a fucking full left bank. I can't recover from it. Yeah, unless I oversteer it.
Once we reach altitude, you're gonna start turning left 90 degrees toward a 122-degree heading.
Look how far the yoke just went. It just went from like kind of level to like full on. Why is it so responsive like that? I think I need to start looking at the yoke and just seeing like what it actually
You've
is
left
doing.
the training airspace. You need to go back.
See, it does kind of have checkpoints. That's why you get the red indicators like, oh, you fucked up already. This is your second chance. See, if I push forward on the yoke, I gotta pull back on the yoke to make up for it. Okay.
Okay, we're in the pattern. Get ready to enter the crosswind section. Good. Keep going till you reach the traffic pattern altitude of 5,700 feet. Ready to make your left turn downwind? When the runway appears at the halfway point of your wing strut, you'll know you're at a good glide distance.
What? The runway should appear at my wing strut. Are you talking about like right there? Shit. Where am I going? Runway. Where the fuck is the runway? Did I go the wrong direction or something? Oh, I just was like going towards the thing. Okay. Man, I wish this had a map now. So I need to hit this checkpoint, but I need to be going the opposite direction, I think.
We've got the wind at our back now. We're on the right track.
Yeah, so we should be going like this way.
Lower your nose to a cruise attitude and reduce power to 2,100 RPMs.
What? I gotta
Once
get
your
up to
speed
there,
is in the
though, right?
white arc, add 10 degrees of flaps to prep us for landing. Now's not a bad time to check if the runway is looking good. And it probably goes without saying, always watch out for other planes entering or exiting the pattern. We're gonna fly past the end of the runway here. Keep going until you see it at a 45-degree angle behind you.
Okay.
That's your cue to turn left again, onto the base leg.
Roger. Everything's looking good. So when I hit this, I'm going to turn and I'm going to land it. Flaps are already down, so it should be like, yeah, I'm below 60 knots. Think we're good, think we're good, think we're good. Going relatively slow compared to what I usually do.
All right, reduce power to idle to start losing altitude and maintain cruise attitude. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. That'll also keep our speed around 65 knots.
I'm trying to reduce speed, but it's real slow. Oh, that's the final turn. Okay, I thought it was going right in the airport. Idle speed, idle speed. Yeah, it handles good if you get it at the right speed. What the fuck is it still
There we
speeding up
go.
for?
The runway's in full view.
Okay.
Make sure to keep the plane centered on approach. If you're too high, add flaps. Too low, add power to maintain the glide path.
Flaring. Kill it. Fucking speed. Too high. No! Fucker! God damn it. I'm doing some training. Box one. Fuck! It's hard.
Let's be honest, no one likes going around in circles. Unless you're a pilot training on traffic patterns. Sedona's standard traffic pattern follows a 1,000-foot altitude around the main runway. By the time we're through here, you'll know how to complete the full run from takeoff to landing. So let's get started.
Yeah. I don't know if it was like actual lag or if it's just the way your airspeed doesn't have the right power with the flaps and everything to actually like make turns. I
When
don't
we're up,
know
keep
what
us aligned
situation
with
a
the
rudder
runway
going
and climb
right
to
would like pop you
5,400
up
feet.
in the air though. That don't make no sense.
We're going for a left-hand traffic pattern.
My airspeed is slowing. Because I'm climbing. Come on! What the fuck? Do it again! Man, I barely turn right and that fucking shit goes
Once we
crazy.
reach altitude, you're gonna start turning left 90 degrees toward a 122-degree heading. Okay, we're in the pattern. Get ready to enter the crosswind section. Good. Keep going till you reach the traffic pattern altitude of 5,700 feet. Ready to make your left turn downwind? When the runway appears at the halfway point of your wing strut, you'll know you're at a good glide distance.
There it is. Right there. I had it. I started banking back right again. Too steep. There's the airport. Okay. So the airport should stay at your wing strut. Like that. If you can see the airport, line up your wing, then you know you got it about the right speed and everything, the right height.
We've got the wind at our back now. We're on the right track. Lower
Looking
your
good,
nose to
looking
cruise altitude
good.
and reduce power to 2,100 RPMs. Once your speed is in the white arc, add 10 degrees of flaps to prep us for landing.
What does that mean when your speed is in a white
Now's
arc?
not a bad time to check if the runway is looking good. And it probably goes without saying, always watch out for other planes entering or exiting the pattern.
Talking about that white arc right there on your altimeter.
We're gonna
Motherfucker.
fly past the end of the runway here. Keep going until you see it at a 45-degree angle behind you.
God, stop!
It's your cue to turn left again onto the base leg.
A little bit more speed. I'm going to slow. Yeah, maybe I did. down again. Whew. This is rough, boys. Never try to be a pilot. White arc, she's talking about this right here. From like 85, 90 to like this. Swing her wide.
All right, reduce power to idle to start losing altitude and maintain cruise attitude. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn. That'll also keep our speed around 65 knots.
Gradual turning. Yep, and hear the engine idling down. Just gradually go a little bit more wide.
There we go. The runway's in full view. Make sure to keep the plane centered on approach. If you're too high, add flaps. Too low, add power to
boys.
maintain the glide path.
Perfect. Perfect. God damn, I'm not hitting down, I'm hitting fucking center. There we go. There we go. Glide path, glide path. Keep the numbers in the center. Flare 10 feet. Flaring it. Pull back on the yoke. Let it do its own thing. Brakes, hit the brakes, hit the brakes. Camera up. Oh shit. Keep her runway. Hit the brakes, kill the engine. Hold the brakes. Woo! Stop this.
Way to
fucking
stick the
thing.
landing. Now just apply the brakes to slow your roll. And make sure you don't stop on the runway, of course.
Wait, what? Don't stop.
If other planes are looking to land, we've got to move. Take one of the taxiways on the right.
Take a taxiway.
Good job. As an old instructor said to me, not only did you not die, you're really learning to fly.
First solo flight. We are ready to fly. Storm Killer, holy shit. Haven't seen him since UFC was popular and he had a big beard. Yeah, you can really see how your altitude goes up here and then it comes kind of in the swoop and then you go up again and you drop it. Swoopty swoops. Probably not a good place to learn how to do landings because if you miss, you're on a weak mountain. You're just gonna crash off into the fucking cliffs. If you're in like Kansas, it seems like a good place to practice. You can land it anywhere if you miss. Land in a cornfield or something. It's got this cool disc. It's like a U-shaped disc, so it goes like all the way, wraps around. I'm gonna get me a bunch of monitors and have a crazy setup.
It's time. Your first solo flight.
Let's do this.
I'll be watching from the ground in radio contact if you need me. But something tells me you won't. Your goal is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own.
Oh shit, without the
Remember
checkpoint
what we
markers in the
covered in our
sky?
previous sessions, and you'll be just fine. Good luck.
I gotta
See
do
you on
what
the
I
other
just
side.
did without any help. I'm trying to get into some, like, there's this thing called the ADSB exchange. You can, like, watch aircraft all over the world, and you can listen to them on liveabc.net and hear, like, air traffic control talk to them and shit. They got me into wanting to, like, learn how to actually fly. So I got Flight Simulator. And then there's all those, like, radio things you can do, like listening to different radio stations all over the world. And I also want to get into, like, day trading because I've been watching Billions and Succession and stuff. So, like, I need, like, a lot of monitors to do a lot of this cool stuff. Making my room into, like, a data center where it's just like I got all kinds of inputs all over the world with financial news, like weather shit and radio stuff and like UFO stuff, and people are like looking for supernatural shit. It's like airplanes, webcams that are all like all over the world. Just want to like have a bunch of data available to me. This information is power. Turn left to join traffic pattern. Okay. So I must have hit that already. Turn left for downwind leg. So we're gonna look at the runway. Runway, okay, there's that. So I should start turning left again for the downwind leg. Roger. Let's go over one, just like that. And straighten. Easy game, boys. Doing a little bit of a climb. Probably shouldn't go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Turn left for base leg, so you gotta go past the airport for that. So we're gonna just hold her steady. Yeah. I'm trying to save back up where I got another like 10,000 because I just bought a new truck a while back. I had like 12,000. So I'm trying to get another 10 grand I don't need and like put it in the stock market and just fuck around. Learn how to day trade with it. Well, I think I'm a little higher than I was last time. I'm gonna bring her down, bring her down, bring her down. And where's the end of the runway? Right there. Alright, so we're gonna go past. I wonder if Flygym's house is down here anywhere. I think he lives near Sedona. Oh, he lives in Phoenix. Alright. Turn left for base leg. Space. And we're gonna hook her left. Oh, we forgot to hit her flaps. Gotta do that. Alright, there's the runway. And reducing airspeed. steep glide slope. Well, I think we can make adjustments. Okay. And 10 feet, flaring. Oh, this is a nice fucking landing, boys. Hitting brakes, killing engine. That'll be my best landing yet. Oh, I'm a little too fast for that one, so brake, 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 and hit her on the fucking taxiway.
Great job.
Woo! Look at all these planes, boys.
Right? But you did it all on your own.
There she is.
You're on your way to becoming
Is that her?
one hell of a pilot.
Or is that just some ground control guy? First try on that one. What was that thing called? Let me alt tab a minute. Somebody was trying to get me into the stock market shit. I'm trying to remember. Hang on a second. Yeah, there's that controller I was talking about. Velocity 1 Flight Universal Control System. See, it's got these little indicators on it that light up. You got this wheel here to control your something. Roll that wheel, and there's like missile launching buttons. You got these real. I don't even know what that is. Like, what is it? Throttle, propeller, and mixture. So you hit them all at the same time? Unless you don't. Unless you just want to add mixture and not throttle. What's this little white one? Oh, that's different styles. I guess different planes have different kind of like things you can like simulate. Or if you get all of them, you're just gonna pick when you order. Our little Allen wrench thing in there. It's got the real yoke thing that goes in and out though. So like, it's pretty expensive, but what was that thing called? Ameritrade. Ameritrade TD. I think this might be web-based. TD Ameritrade. Tools and platforms. I feel like I already have this. Let me look. Don't see it. Oh, Tom Clancy's Hawks. I tried to play Hawks 2, but it was real weird. Not like I bought it or something and I couldn't play it. Let's see if I move this. I got this other thing I got from AirSpy SDR. This? No. This. I got this from the Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, where they study alien activity on Skinwalker Ranch, and they have like this radio wave spectrum analyzer. So this is the one they were using because I looked on their monitor and I saw what it was called. I figured out what it was. So you're supposed to have like an input device over here, which is like an actual radio antenna, which I don't have, I think. These are filters, but you pick whatever your input is, and you could look for different frequencies, and you could see if there's activity on it or not. So like they were picking up this signal every time they would see a UFO at like 1.6 gigahertz on the AM band. So like I can't really do anything with it because I don't have an antenna. I guess you'd set that to AM 16,000. So right there, like you could see if there was alien activity going on. That changed. But I don't have that. But I have what's it called? Web-based SDR, right? So this website has one built in. Let me kill the audio for the flight simulator. Okay. So this thing here. £16,000, 4.6 gigahertz. There's some Chinese stuff right here. What was that?
radio.cgtn.com.
Welcome back. Yeah, picking up on what you have said about this Great Bay Area, witch hunting is part of that, and this project is the key piece of the national development strategy. As a successful business person, what future opportunities do you see for Hong Kong and Macau, as a result of the Great Bay Area construction?
Цао-цао. Оказался драгоценный кинжал, он еще более уверился в своих планах. Однако он совсем позабыл, что рядом с Дун-Джо был его верный...
Much broader, and in fact, we are supposed to be spearheading, in fact, the development of the Greater Bay Area through Hong Kong.
about that. Ear rape.
The emergency will add food security concerns that have already been felt because of the war in Ukraine. Sabina Castelfranco reports from Rome.
Italy is facing its worst drought in 70 years, and the بهترین بحث مناظره بشه چیزی بسازیم که 4 ساعت صحبت.
Блять, как же быть?
What the fuck?
И тут Дунджо, перебив мысли Цао-Цао, наконец произнес. Ничего, я получил из селяна добрых коней. Люйбу, пойди выбери одно и отдай Цао-Цао. Люйбу вышел. Дунджо лениво потянулся и сказал.
Let's see if this line over here is. Ooh. Just scanning radio signals. Should make this bigger so you guys can see what I'm doing better.
Окова семизвездный чуж. Вспотевшей ладонью, он что было сил ухватился за рукоятку и занес его над головой. Дунджо. В этот момент Дунджо вдруг привстал и громким голосом спросил. Цао-Цао, что ты делаешь? У Цао-Цао.
It's supposed to be what the Chinese restaurants have going on in the background. It's like elevator music for China. Look at this one right here. See that? It's like blue above, blue below. It's like a little signal that just popped up for a second. That looks like it could be like a burst trend. Oh, there it is again. Kind of burst transmission. It only happens every now and then. Kind of secret message. Oh, there's another one. Listen to that shit. That's the burst transmission. What the fuck is that, guys? Holy shit. Is this some like encoded sound files or something? There's a bunch more over here. Like barely coming in, but watch for it. And turn it up when it comes in again. It's up right at 18,000, 17,900. What? It's like the opening of a scary movie or it was like Stranger Things. Then you got this stuff. Oh, there it is again. Blech. What if it's like the radio waves like they're emitted from a wormhole opening or something? We might be able to detect spacecraft coming into our solar system or something. Real short burst though. What the hell? I see you wrong. Real spooky stuff. And I've only gone through like 2000 AM frequency. So much more you can check in. So here's much more bursts. See what this one is.
为做好顶层设计，继2018年制定责任采票建设。2021年又制定了14.5体育彩票重。
So this one right here is like, you gotta be ready for it. Because it's real short. Like you're gonna miss it. There's something that crossed all bands for a second. That might be like a weather event or something. There, I missed that, where that was. See that? You gotta wait for it. See, there's one over there. After that one, we heard this one. Watch this. Just for a second. Weird. Check this area out. It's like a lot of really wideband stuff happening. Who would you even ask about like what this is? Who's like expert in weird radio signals? Signals intelligence staff for the military or something?
have made a public comment since standing down, but their resignation letters were devastating. Mr. Sunak said the public expected government to be conducted properly, competently and seriously. Mr. Javid warned the leadership was not acting in the national interest. Alex Chalk, the Solicitor General, also resigned, as did a number of government aides and a Tory party vice-chair. Though his authority has been rocked, Boris Johnson made it clear that he wasn't planning on going anywhere. Within hours, Nadine Zahawi was announced as the new Chancellor. His previous role as Education Secretary went to Michelle Donnellan, and Steve Barclay, until now the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, took up the position.
Exceptionnel de rester le soir après la fermeture. Elle a quasiment campé avec les zèbres. Et puis un parfum d'enfer du Nord sur les routes du Tour, 5e étape.
Skala, så vi i den mindre ende af skalaen. Men mekanikerne servicerer også fly i Connect, altså det her der.
Ministerial aid and the party's vice chair for youth. De la première ministre, baptême du feu pour Elisabeth Borne.
RTL Matin.
Et donc pour commencer, on va partir gare de l'Est à Paris pour voir les conséquences ce matin de la grève à la SNCF. Bonjour Julie Brault.
Bonjour.
C'est surtout le réseau régional qui est perturbé.
De hele dag door. United AM 1008.
This is United AM. Please let us know how our signal is doing and send your reception.
What was it at? Like, oh, it's 18,000. Somewhere around here. Looking for the burst. Where's the burst? There it is. Zoom on in. Oh. Reykjavik, Iceland. Here. Almahotic. What is that? German Air Force. See these real faint lines back here? That's probably where the actual tune is. Where it says like Seoul, Korea. Probably like this line. There's another one of those things that hits every band. Australia? Maybe that's one of those didgeridoos. It sounds like one. Let's try another whole. We got the FM bands. So like, if I tune my radio, my stereo to my car or whatever, to one of these FM bands, I don't know if it works the same because it only picks up local stuff. Like the FM we listen to is like 98 or like 90 something to 100 something, right? So it should be like 107. It's like the highest, right? Like we actually listen to. Ooh, sounded like Morse code for real fast Morse code. I don't understand, like, how do you pick up radio stations that are just like, could have been a fax machine. See, this says Watan Radio, but that's what it said when it was on AM. These are all the other people listening and what channel they're listening to, but like how far their name is. Can't see exactly where they're at. Yeah, you see all these gets? It starts about here, it goes all the way down to like here. So it's about here to here. I'll scroll this up here to here. This is like the range of where you can actually hear radio stations on your car. It's the same where you guys live, is like all your radio stations are like 88 to 107 is like the max on the FM band. So I should be picking up music in this range right here. But I'm not. There's London Royal Navy. But that, I don't know if that's from the AM or FM. See, I changed this and it doesn't change the labels. I'm not sure what this does. Back to like a strong signal. Looks like music or something.
How should they act? Because the rules are clear of that backbench committee, which is you have your chance and you blew it. There is one chance every year to remove a sitting prime minister, and you didn't do it.
I suspect you'll hear a little bit more about that later today. But of course, with
just unpack that for us. What you think? So they may choose to change those rules.
No, not today, but we know that there are forthcoming elections
BBC 4
to the 1922 Committee Executive. democracy within the Conservative Party itself, to return an executive reflective of the views.
I think he's underwater when you do that. Makes it more like
hear a little bit more about that over the next day or so. But I certainly think now that those who stand for the 1922 committee executive should consider that course of action.
Now, you are not a new critic of the Prime Minister. In fact, his supporters...
I'm not a regular... Well...
Je vous parle du Mistral et de la Tramontane qui vont souffler aujourd'hui, qui souffleront encore demain et après-demain avec des rafales atteignant 70 km/h. Donc là, oui, il y a situation dangereuse, hein, sur tout ce bassin méditerranéen notamment. Donc là...
Russian Navy. Let's see if we can do that. USA Navy Cutler, what? NAA US Navy Cutler. USA, NLK USA Navy Jim Creek. German Navy. French Navy. Like all the Navy is using these frequencies, yeah. Like 25 AM? Let's see. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, I was looking like 25-ish. Like Russian Navy, US Navy, Cutler, German Navy. All right in here. How do I reset the labels? I can go blind. And then I put it on FM, and then I go waterfall. Still got the same labels I had on the AM stations. That's interesting. Like you got everything on the low end, right? And past like 1500 there's like a bunch of blue. It's like hardly anything. And then about 6,000 it picks up again. And then like 13,000 is a bunch more stuff. So over in here. Zoom in. Huh. Let's see what it picked up. Teenager died at a party in East London. That's what I heard. Why would there be music for like somebody doing the news at 15,000 FM? Because you can't get that on your radio. It only goes up to 107. Then you get these diagonal streaks that cut across the whole fucking thing. Somebody's like transmitting and they turn a knob and it does that or something. I guess I'm just like farting into a mic. Well, it's 18,000 and that's at more from before, right? But we're on FM, so AM now. Yeah, let's get back to the flying. Let's see. Pop. Navigation. We're flying around Sedona, New Mexico. I thought we were. I keep flying these Cessnas. I want to fly a different plane because they're going to handle totally different, like a 747 or something. Why is this just a black screen now? What's going on? Okay. If I learned how to do day trading, I wonder if that would help me with Path of Exile and getting rich in that game. PoE Ninja is like, it's got all its graphs. You see the price of stuff going up and down. .45-degree angle to the downwind leg. Smart camp systems to find a number of points of interest, such as airports and landmarks. For each degree off your route over a distance of 60 nautical miles will result in 1 nautical mile off course. I'm thinking of what you're talking about there, like if you're, when you're on the runway, remember when I was trying to do that takeoff and they had that thing in the sky? Like if I didn't keep it straight on the center line, by the time you got to that point you'd be way off if you didn't make adjustments. Oh shit, I'm unmuted.
Skies, endless possibilities, but to fully enjoy it, you need to be prepared. We're going to focus this lesson on navigation prep and procedures, the fundamentals of getting from point A to point B. Step 1, putting some distance between us and the ground.
Oh, she needs to take off.
5,800 feet.
5,800 5,200. Drifting to the right for some reason. Climbing, you just can't climb too steep, I guess. So if you want to stay near the airport and still climb, you gotta like turn. Instead of alarm. God damn, it just jerked all of a sudden.
It goes without saying, but good navigation starts with good departure prep. Let's set up the aircraft for the first leg of your trip.
Cruise altitude. 58.
Attitude? Check. Now for your heading.
Okay.
When you need to set and maintain a heading, you'll want to rely on your heading indicator. Compasses are prone to errors, especially during turns or while accelerating or decelerating. Go ahead and position your plane above the airport.
Okay. Positioning above the airport. Direction am I going to be heading? 41 degrees. So that's a little bit to the left of me. Wait, no, wait. It's kind of like how I'm going right now, I think. 41 degrees right now.
Oh, one last bit of departure prep. We need to validate the time. That's a fancy way of saying start the clock. On the nav log, you can see our next waypoint, Munns Park, is at a 41-degree heading about 5 minutes away. Navigating is basically flying a given heading for a given amount of time. Sometimes you deviate, but if you track the time flown from your last known position, you'll always have at least a range for your current position.
Does this have autopilot?
We all know speed can increase or decrease depending on the wind. That's why at your next waypoint you'll want to compare your estimated time en route with the actual time flown. Validate your estimate and your progress.
Can I like actually see town out there. Like, if I go to Google Maps and I look at Sedona, Arizona, or whatever, is it going to show me this exact layout? We're off course. I know flying was like just constantly babysitting the fucking wind because it's constantly moving off course. We're going to a golf club. I feel like the wind is also kind of random. You don't know what it's going to do. How do I adjust this fucking radio station? Nav frequency? Oh my God. Looked at my cockpit for a second. Flying off to the side. $5 miles. Okay, we're just going to hit here, and then we're going to do a I can't even like look at my instruments. I'm too busy trying to keep it steady. 343. That's just a little bit to the left of this. So I just noticed there's all these little arrows on my heading thing. Fucking. God damn it. A little turbulence, everyone. Keep your tray tables in the upright positions and fasten your seatbelts. All these headings and things in my flight plan, it seems like it would be off if like I'm coming in from a different direction slightly because I keep skewing off course. Let me go ahead and hit this button right here. Breakers, flight nav 177. Fuck. Is there like a ejection button? In certain planes, can I hit like a eject button and just like pop out? Low engine, high engine, inoperable. Flipping switches. Highway to the danger zone. yeah, like different planes are gonna have different instrument panels too. You gotta learn all the instrument panels. Stuff being different places. Jets don't even have a yoke, they have a flight stick. Alright, so how do I look down and see if there's one's parked down there? Yeah, okay. So they got like a train or something, and they got... When I look to the left, is it like my person is shifting their weight to the left? My plane is like shifting to the left.
Good. You made it to Munns Park. According to the nav log, we've got one more stop. Flagstaff Pulliam Airport. An easier way to navigate is to follow identifiable landmarks like highways. And just so happens we have one below us.
Do we? Oh, it's a highway, right. Ah, are we getting some rain? I thought I was seeing some rain. Like I want to go take a piss, so let's let it cruise, but I don't think it'll probably crash if I'm out here fucking with it. Look, I hit right and it's going right slowly. Hit left. I'm gonna hit left one time. Watch this. Gets level and it just starts going left. So if I went to take a leak, I'd be in a fucking 360 spiral by the time I got back. I didn't even hit the left again. I hit right one time. I'm also dropping my nose. Wait, that's supposed to be the actual weather that's happening right now? Well, I mean, it's not daytime in Sedona, Arizona. Oh, the main game. Oh, you're talking about. Futures now, boys. Just while we're cruising here, what would you guys think would be something that would be a good investment? What would you invest in if you had like a bunch of money? I'm thinking like the prices of everything, like food and stuff, is going up. But sometimes you'll see something in the store that's still like price hasn't really gone up on it yet. So like if you invest in that, either they'll be popular because it's still cheap and everybody will start buying it a lot, which makes it go up. The stock will go up. Or they'll raise their prices like everybody else and then they'll make more money and then the prices will go up of the stock. So it seems like a win-win. Like with inflation, if everything's going up and something stays the same. Like what was that one thing? Somebody said they were like advertising as like being recession proof. Something that's like been the same price for years or something. Also with finance, there's things other than like, you know, companies, like stocks. You can also get into like real estate. You can get into banking. You can get into the energy sector or the technology sectors, like crypto. You can get into like cryptocurrencies. There's like so many things to like look at. It's not just like trying to pick out a good company. But then you also have tools. I figured out you got to look at, like every quarterly financial report comes out on all these companies at the same time. So if you have stock in the company, they let you listen into their quarterly report. And you can figure out if they're going to be doing good or not. That's usually when the stock goes up or down too. So it's like you want to like make moves before that happens. Then you got what are those things like you're saying gold? Fuck, what was it called from trading places? Like pork bellies and oil and all of that. Like natural resources. I forgot what it's called. Commodities, that's what those are, commodities markets. Then you got like those penny stocks for like IPOs. Like if there's a new company that's just getting put on the stock market, it usually starts at like $10 a share. That's a good way to like, if you don't have a lot of money, like buy up a lot of shares and hope the company skyrockets. It's probably what I'd have to do if I got into it. Like I was thinking right now, maybe there's a lot of people putting out videos of like flying car ideas. Like there's one flying car idea. There's one that's like kind of looks like a not like a jet ski, but like a really like a hover, like a what do you call it? A drone that's like a guy that just flies it. Oh shit! I gotta land. But there's one that has like wheels like a car almost. And oh, I gotta start making a turn over here. This is the runway over there, right? Yeah. And it looks like real simple to fly. Like it might be able to.
As you close in on Flagstaff Pulliam airspace, next step is setting up to enter the traffic pattern. We've got clearance to enter the downwind leg and land on runway 21. Keep your attitude, then follow the standard pattern.
We're ready to go past it and come in. What's the downwind leg? Oh yeah. Spam on the downwind turn. And this is a long way to go for like fuck ups and you gotta restart. Wait, runway 22. Oh fuck. This is a 3. I don't know. I'm just gonna land it and hope for the best because I didn't know this was like the wrong runway. I might make the wrong airport. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
You weren't really supposed to land there.
What?
Well done. Don't get me wrong. Just not what was expected.
What runway is
At this point,
this?
I think it's probably best if we start the lesson over.
No! What? Did I go to the wrong airport? God damn it. Looking at recession-proof items, and they're saying number 1, consumer staples, so it's like food and stuff. 2, camping gear. 3 automotive parts. 4 coffee and tea. I figured that would be under consumer staples. 5 Tupperware. 6 candy. Why do these things are recession proof? Pet care essentials. Nutrition, meal replacement bar, protein powder, sports and fitness stuff, home and cleaning, beauty, hair, and skincare products, diapers and baby products. That's one thing I don't like about this desk is it makes a popping sound when I move my arms up. Maybe I need to tighten something up. Website. So all these charts of things I didn't ask for. Solar might be a good investment right now because everybody's talking about how electric cars still run off the grid, so you still have to use coal to like power them. So it's like if you actually wanted to make electric cars worthwhile, you need to have them be solar powered or something. For the charging station need to be solar powered. I'm gonna take this. Be good as Mavic. Company that makes drones. They pretty much dominate the industry. So
I've always said flying is freeing. Open skies, endless possibilities. But to fully enjoy it, you need to be prepared. We're going to focus this lesson on navigation prep and procedures, the fundamentals of getting.
You know those refrigerated shipping trucks?
Step 1.
Those use solar.
Distance between us and the ground.
So if you can keep a refrigerator running off a day's worth of solar, maybe I have enough to charge the car. So there's like a new battery for some cars that are like once every week and a half or something you have to charge it. So it's kind of like how you would do a normal
Alright,
filling up
we're
a car
off.
with gas.
Now, keep climbing around the airport till we reach 5,800 feet.
We're in a climb altitude. Six. 57.
It goes without saying, but good navigation starts with good departure prep. Let's set up the aircraft for the first leg of your trip.
Okay, we're 5,800. Let's set her to the horizon. Alright. That's it.
Attitude? Check. Now for your heading. When you need to set and maintain a heading, you'll want to rely on your heading indicator. Compasses are prone to errors, especially during turns or while accelerating or decelerating.
Yeah,
go ahead and position your plane above the airport. Oh, one last bit of departure prep. We need to validate the time. That's a fancy way of saying start the clock.
I'm above the airport, alright. How do I just yaw this motherfucker? I think you use the rudder with... Yeah, that's what fucking is wrong. I need actual pedals and a yoke. Because, like... You gotta hit the rudder with your banking sometimes to like keep it straight. That's what skewing is, I think. So if I'm just banking and I'm trying to like keep her steady, the rudder's supposed to like counteract that. I'm just going like flat rudder everywhere I bank. Wash this monitor off. Got so much shit I need to do. My basement's kind of flooded right now. Not flooded, but there's water on the floor because my condensate pump on my AC's fucked up and it's not pumping the water. It leaks from when you have an air conditioner on. I don't know if I want to try to fix it myself or just have a service tech come out. Change it and the humidifier thing inside. It's all built up with calcium deposits and shit. Am I not at 58? I'm at like 6,900 right now. Yeah, I am at 58. Okay. So I don't have to fly into that circle, I just go towards it. High for cruise altitude right now. 6,300. Ah, shit. Fuck! Have to fucking nosedive this thing. Looked over chat for a second and a fucking yoke just pulled to the left. Out to the right. You hit both of the rudders, it kind of levels it out, doesn't know what to do. It's like, I'll just level it. Where I away. This thing's slow for a plane. Look at that. Takes like, how long to go? 1/10 of a mile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 seconds to go 1/10 of a mile. How fast does a car go? Isn't it about the same speed or faster? Doing 80? What's the difference between a knot and a nautical mile? Or a mile per hour knots? Is it? Nautical mile is the same? Just like, you know it's going to be a straight line because you're in the air or the water. So you have to account for curves. Well, now I just start clicking all these buttons. Nothing? See if I can set this, fuck, here we go. Yep, it's going crazy again. Okay, less than a mile out. I don't know if my altitude is correct or not.
According to the nav log, we've got one more stop, Flagstaff Pulliam Airport. An easier way to navigate is to follow identifiable landmarks like highways. And just so happens we have one below us.
Ah. Oh yeah, so I gotta go. Setting directions to 343 Flagstaff. Locating complete. Cruise altitude set. See a light blinking in the distance. Could that be the runway light? They're 12 miles away. There's that highway going out that way and then cutting in. So if I keep that little dirt spot right there visible, should be able to see Flagstaff. There's definitely a blinking light out there, Tower. Could you tell me if that is Flagstaff or not? (343). Get a little bit to the left. We're gonna go to 33, and there we are. Flagstaff coming up. Checking out where that blinking light is for us. Cruising altitude. What's up, Razor Ramon? Are you the one that makes those fancy like audio cables, or is somebody else? On Facebook. Trying to learn how to fly a plane. I mean, I did this perfectly last time, but I landed on the wrong runway and maybe the wrong airport. I don't know. Let's see if I can look up Flagstaff, Arizona. Maps. Flagstaff Pulliam Airport. Looks like I've drifted, boys. Fun. There it is. Thought you had something to do with electronics. Your job. I think I'm on the right way. Start nav log. Yeah, I never did do
On the
that.
nav log, you can see our next waypoint, Munns Park. Is it a 41-degree heading about 5 minutes away?
Audio's a little bit late. We've already
Navigating is
gone way
basically
past that.
flying a given heading for a given amount of time. Sometimes you deviate, but if you track the time flown from your last known position, you'll always have at least a range for your current position.
Flagstaff Pulliam.
We all know speed can increase or decrease depending on the wind.
Yeah,
That's
runway
why
3.
your next waypoint you'll want to compare your estimated time en
okay.
route with the actual time flown.
Runway 21
Validate
is
your
just going
estimate
backwards.
and your progress.
So, yeah, I didn't do the control pattern or whatever. I should have went past the airport, banked into it, and came backwards. That's what I did wrong last time. So we go down here. There's a highway. Fucking gremlin on my wings! I don't know what this beeping sound is. You just put all these again. Maybe that's something I hit earlier. shit. I fucked it. We come all this way and I started messing with buttons and knobs. Our engine is dying right now.
As you close in on Flagstaff Pulliam airspace,
Fucking,
next step is setting up to enter the traffic pattern. We've got clearance to enter the downwind leg and land on runway 21. Keep your attitude, then follow the standard pattern.
Did I just fix it? The engine cut completely. The mixture is all fucked up. I'm giving her gas, but she ain't going nowhere, Captain. Somebody Google what mixture means. Quick, I'm about to crash. This was all the way back, and this was on. I don't have any power. I'm fuck crashing into the trees. I don't have any power. Yeah, I know I'm crashing. I don't know what to do about it. What is this button? This red button is just like... Do something with it. How is like forward is bad, backwards is bad, pushing the button is bad? They'll just keep the flaps down or something? I think it automatically flaps you. Oh, they just enter validate. So let's just assume we did that lesson. We knew what we were doing. I mean, we went through all this training of like how to use all the buttons, but it didn't say anything about mixture or what it is, or what it does, what the little button does. Is that advanced piloting? Seems like that's something you should know. I've already done like a solo flight and you didn't say shit about, oh, well, there's also this mixture button. If you hit that, you're just going to crash and die. That would have been good information. So it's going to do a free flight. Ooh. Okay. VOR to VOR. What is this? We're going to do 747. Oh, you can have something go wrong. You can set it up to fail. What? Call sign. American Airlines 370, flight number 24. Okay, and flight conditions night. Yeah, nighttime. Oh shit! The day is actually today. Live weather. Oh man, if it takes like 3 hours, I'll get there at sunrise. Start. How do I start? Oh, I should set it up fucking stormy weather. I don't know how the controls on the 747 work. I've done no training on that. I'm sure it's the same though. I mean, if you can get your pilot's license in a Cessna, you can fly a 747, right? Pilot's license is a pilot's license. It's not like there's different kinds. Big old fat Airbus with fucking tiny wheels. Does it not? There we go. I was thinking about maybe like having the camera set over here, pointing towards this wall. But I can't reach it. But then I could like paint the wall green, and I could have like a green screen background. .160 knots is usual takeoff speed of fully loaded Boeing 747. Oh, we're going fully loaded. We got 83 souls and 600 pounds of cocaine. It'd be cool if you could actually get out and walk around the airport See what actual airports are like in different places. And then you go there in real life, you're like, oh, I've never been here before. It's like when I played DayZ. I wonder if that convention center from Rainbow Six 2 is a real place. I think it was. I think it was based on where they had a tournament or something. Yeah, this is a load screen. That's crazy. What caused the price of wood and houses and stuff to go up lately? I'm assuming the houses went up because the wood went up. Why would wood be more expensive? Because they're not replanting enough trees? Is it taking longer to like haul the trees from where they cut them to the processing plant? Are they having a lot of like losses because they're... I see a lot of like lumber places that have like big stacks of wood sitting out to cure or whatever, but it's just like they turn black and it looks like they're rotten, but I don't know if it just, that's how it works. And then when they turn them to a planer and they sand them down and shit, then it looks like normal wood. I don't know how it works. Jeez, this is crazy. Oh, it's because it has to load everything in between New York and Denver. I didn't even think about that. This is loading the entire planet. If I had like a flight that went around the world, can you even set it up to do like mid-air refuels? Oh my god. Okay, here we go. LaGuardia. KLGA. Oh my god, it's so laggy. Do I have a good enough computer to run like actual flights now?
A372 for heavy cleared for takeoff runway 31 departure to the west approved.
370 taking off. Departure. Holy shit. This doesn't look anything like the other cockpit. What the fuck is this, dude? What do I gotta do? We got 4 turbines. Okay. There's artificial horizon. Good. We got a overhead view of the runway. like this. Parking brake. Alright, so we're gonna parking brake off. And let's see, we got this thing. We're gonna push that forward. And then we're just gonna, okay boys, here we go. Should I be ruddering? Oh, that's real slight. See, that's what more was like what I was expecting. Okay. Give it a little bit more. And just give it a little bit more. Just crank it on up there full speed. And then we're just taking off then. Should we have like a autopilot or something? Okay. A little bit steep on our climb. Maintain 70% throttle.
372 for heavy, continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace. 372 for heavy, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Roger, Roger. Is your landing gear down? %70 throttle. I don't know how much is 70%. Landing gear should put in speed, press G. It's the very speed, 2 feet in the line below.
372 for heavy, please acknowledge.
What? I gotta use the radio? What is all this stuff? Oh, I didn't even do my checklist or anything. I just took off. Yeah, man.
Tower AA 372 for heavy, frequency change. New York approach AA 372 for heavy is type Boeing B748 5 miles east of Teterboro.
I don't have the interior lights on. Interior lights on.
372 for heavy, New York approach.
It's real dark.
6175.
Squawk 6175 AA 372 for heavy.
372 for heavy, radar contact 3 miles east of Teterboro, 6,300 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
I thought the lights were up here.
Copy AA 372 for heavy.
Oh my god, it's so laggy.
AA 372 for heavy, contact New York Center on 121.125.
121.125.
121.125 AA 372 for heavy. New York Center AA 372 for heavy, 9,500 feet.
AA 372 for heavy, New York Center. Continue to Sierra Tango Whiskey as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
What? 121.2.
AA 372 for heavy, contact New York approach on 127.6.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, boys.
Going to 127.6 AA 372 for heavy. New York approach AA 372 for heavy, 10,400 feet.
Is that what he said? He keeps changing back.
AA 372 for heavy, contact New York Center on 133.15.
Going to 133.15 AA 372 for heavy. New York York Center, AA372-4 Heavy, 12,600 feet.
Yeah, I have no idea what direction.
AA372-4 Heavy, New York Center, continue to see Air Tango Whiskey as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
What? Falling? What direction is fucking Arizona in? I don't have any waypoints or shit. Or where am I going? Des Moines? Denver? Where the fuck's Denver at, boys? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. There's a lot to flying. It's not just like hitting buttons. I have no flight plan. I don't know where I'm at right now. I have no co-pilot. Whatever this knob is, I'm gonna turn it. No, can't reach it from here. Rudder trim. Okay. Oh, that's a nice little knob. Just trim that rudder a little bit. I got 1, 2, 3 radios. I got this thing here. What is that? Ident.
AA372-4 Heavy, your transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning. Resets clock 6175.
6175. 6175. Let me set my 6175.
AA372-4 Heavy, verify squawking 6175.
Verify.
AA372-4 Heavy, contact New York Center on 121.125.
121.125 for AA372-4 Heavy. New York Center, AA372-4 Heavy, 17,800 feet.
Oh, what is that constellation right there?
AA372-4 Heavy, New York Center, continue to see Air Tango Whiskey as planned.
They're doing like runway shit. That's extra like radio traffic I don't need. I see the sun coming up over there. I'm gonna head that way. I'm pretty sure that's east. That's west. Oh wait, the sun rises in the east. Fuck. Where the hell do I have a? Can I just pull my phone out and look at a map? See where our GPS says I'm at. Where am I? Is there a map over here somewhere? This is so complicated.
AA372-4 Heavy, contact New York Center on 133.15.
133.15 AA372-4 Heavy.
Thought it would tell
New
me
York Center, AA372-4 Heavy, flight level 210.
AA372-4 Heavy, New York Center, continue to see Air Tango Whiskey as planned.
Isn't there an autopilot button? Ooh, look at that. That's cool. I like that. I want to set a heading of 270. Just roll this down. 270 I know means west, and then I just hit the button. So now we're going to head to the west, by God. Right? Is this supposed to automatically do that? I'll just give her a little assistance. Everybody fasten your seatbelts, we're going for a ride. I'm still climbing the 10,000. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't play by your rules. Looks like it's gonna keep going up even if I'm hitting up. Man, this thing flies like a dream. Look how like little response you get from the yoke. Does it get out of crazy shit? Pull back on the stick a little. Straighten her out. Boom. It's like we're taking fire! We're taking fire from something! Flares! Flares! What's going on? I could jettison the fuel. Jettison fuel. Jettison the fuel. Jettison all the fuel. We don't want to go from the fucking... Yeah, we're just going to dump all our fuel. We don't want to get blown up here. We're going to have to make an emergency landing. Somebody's firing on us. Where's our fuel gauge? Is that it? Is that it? Total fuel. 195.9 thousand pounds.
AA372-4 heavy contact New York approach on 127.6.
127.6 for AA372-4 heavy. New York approach AA372-4 heavy flight level 205.
AA372-4 heavy New York approach. Continue to Sierra Tango Whiskey as planned. AA372-4 heavy contact New York Center on 133.15.
Going to 133.15 AA372-4 heavy. New York Center AA372-4 heavy flight level 245.
AA372-4 heavy New York Center. Continue to Sierra Tango Whiskey as planned.
VOR map, yeah.
AA372-4 heavy contact New York Center on 124.625.
Going to 124.625 AA372-4 heavy. New York Center, AA372-4 Heavy Flight Level 290.
AA372-4 Heavy New York Center, continue to Echo Tango Golf as planned.
Starter 1. Turn off the fuel pumps. Turn all this shit off. I don't know what any of this is, I'm just gonna kick it all off. Oh, that one was important. Turn that one back on. What's going on? Why does it sound like the engine just kicked off? I think I just turned the engine off, boys. Shit. Apparently all these are important. Turn them back on. Control E.
V1.
Oh shit, restarting all the engines. I'm just like free falling, like, yeah, I should probably restart the engines there. That's fine. Look, we got an airport right there. Shit. Just take her down, boys. Let's do a little emergency landing. We got this. I think we're back up and running. If we get permission to land at this airport, we're just going to have to bring her in.
AA372-4 Heavy contact Allentown approach on 124.45.
Allentown, PA. We made it to Pennsylvania, boys.
124.45 AA372-4 Heavy.
Really wanted to see that horse statue, but it's fine.
Allentown approach AA372-4 Heavy 14.
What? What happened to my plane? Overstressed the aircraft. I just blew up in the air from like stresses. I was gonna bring her down to Allentown, Pennsylvania. I was like, whatever, dude. I got this. Maybe I should learn to fly like a turbo prop before I go straight into the Boeings. At least I learned some stuff. I learned how to dump fuel. I learned kind of how to like the radio stuff kind of work. Kind of. Gotta learn what the ident thing does. And imagine if it was at nighttime, how long it would have took to load. If you're playing multiplayer though, like somebody's in an ATC, and do they see you like explode or what happens? How do you do the ATC thing? Can you do helicopters? Oh, you need to go into like servers. Wait, he's only got one jet? Am I missing something? There has to be more than these planes. How do you fly military jets? Where's that place at? I think it was Fort Worth. I was looking around. There's like all these, like Fort Worth Meacham. There's all these little airports around here that have names, but they're not really airports. I think they're like for drone pilots or something. Fort Worth Spinks. Like what was this? What is this dot? Sugar Field. I think that was one of them. Air parks. Air parks. See, I think that is like a drone. Like it's just like maybe it's that paragliding shit. Telluride. So we're going skiing, boys, from Denver to Telluride. We got a Beechcraft. We should set it up to have like an engine failure halfway there. What am I thinking of a different game where I've seen this guy like flying and he'll like land on the grass and he'll wait for somebody to fly over him and then he'll like go after him and shoot him with missiles from the ground because he wasn't on the radar. Like, what game is that? Growling Sidewinder? Is that the guy? It sounds familiar. DCS World, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Digital Combat Simulator. Yeah. Operator Drewski. DCS World. That's what I need to get. Oh wait, what's Flight Simulator X? That's the one where they do the ATC stuff. Right? What am I on? I'm just a Microsoft Flight Simulator. What's Flight Sim X? That might work. And it was not at all the name of it. There was this many flight simulators. I thought it was just like X-Plane. It's only 8.5 gigs for Flight Simulator X. Okay, how big is DCS World? $70 gigs. How much space do I have? But X is multiplayer. Well, I guess if you torn it, none of it's multiplayer. Some of these like standalone games, like Steam doesn't even have them. Computer's locking up now. I had too much shit going on. There goes the sound. So much for multitasking. Tomorrow night, 11 to 7, so probably need to stay up till noon tomorrow, or today. It's 9 more hours. this isn't that far of a flight, but it's still taking forever.
Denver Tower AA372-4 Heavy ready for departure to the west at runway 16 right.
472 Heavy ready. Departure. Oh shit, it's nighttime again. Fuck, I was gonna do daytime. And let's restart.
AA372-4 Heavy cleared for takeoff runway 16 right departure to the west approved.
To the west. Textron Aviation Beach.
Cleared for takeoff runway 16 right AA372-4 Heavy.
Okay. Am I looking out of my eyes? Is this... Yeah, there's a guy with fucking sunglasses here. I'm looking out of somebody's face. Are they simulating a person inside these planes? There's a hole in my plane too. What the fuck? Where's this camera angle? I'm inside my head? No lights. Oh, I got legs. What the fuck? There's a person in here with me. There's no instrument panel. What the fuck is going on? I'm like in between these two people. Oh. There's my hair. What the fuck is going on? Did I glitch it? Setting it to third person view. Apparently it has third person view mode. Alright. Here we go. We're supposed to set our flight plan and wait, I'm at Denver International, right? So we'll be taking off from Denver International, going to Telluride. Why am I like way out here? It's got a pretty good view up here, outside the plane. Oh, that's Denver International. Okay. The airport is like 2 miles wide, apparently.
AA372-4 Heavy continue for west departure. I will contact you next when you leave my airspace.
Denver Tower AA372-4 Heavy continue for west departure.
What's happening?
AA372-4 Heavy, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Denver Tower AA372-4 Heavy frequency change.
This thing's going crazy.
Denver approach AA372-4 Heavy is type Beechcraft King Air 1 miles northwest of Denver, 6,100 feet. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
AA372-4 Heavy, Denver approach. Squawk tree 166.
Denver's cursed.
Squawk tree 166 AA372-4 Heavy.
AA372 6,100 feet. Cleared through the Bravo airspace. Maintain on navigation.
500.
Whoa! We just got our fucking instrument panel. Right before we crashed. It just popped up. Yeah, imagine your wings have the engines on them. So the air is going to go right over your ailerons from the prop. And the props are going to be weighing down the wings. Every time you try to turn, it's going to turn super hard. Doesn't seem like a good design. Putting the engines on the wings. But then that's how jetliners work. Take a breath to use active pause. I wish I knew what that button was. You didn't put it in the hints down there. Mouse at the top of the screen, access toolbar. Oh, okay. Inside and outside. Stall. I thought once you loaded it, you hit restart, it's like real quick. I had a real yoke rudder set up. Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. This loading bar isn't moving. Well, this may be the end of the stream because I can't find anything working on my computer right now. Too much shit is happening. got a good computer. Can't even fucking run a couple of programs at the same time. Task manager. Stop loading shit. I'm just trying to shut you down at this point. I don't even give a fuck about flying a plane now. I just want the thing to be turned off. Alright, I guess I'm gonna just go watch TV while my computer decides how to shut down. See you guys later.